The introduction sets the stage for a terrifying tale of survival as a group of friends' idyllic cabin retreat transforms into a nightmarish ordeal. This pivotal moment marks the transition from a lighthearted getaway to a fight for survival against an unexpected and formidable threat. In the context of scary legends, this introduction serves as a hook to captivate the audience, establishing a false sense of security before plunging them into a world of fear and uncertainty. It plays on the classic horror trope of isolation, where characters find themselves cut off from civilization and forced to confront unimaginable dangers. Two examples that illustrate this concept include the 1980 film Friday the 13th, where camp counselors face a murderous threat in a remote location, and the 2011 movie The Cabin in the Woods, which subverts expectations by turning a typical cabin horror scenario into a meta-commentary on the genre itself. Many horror enthusiasts and critics argue that this setup is effective because it taps into primal fears of the unknown and the vulnerability of being isolated from help. The stark contrast between the initial excitement of a fun retreat and the ensuing terror creates a powerful emotional impact on the audience. However, some may criticize this approach as cliché or predictable, arguing that it has been overused in the horror genre. Additionally, there might be concerns about the potential reinforcement of harmful stereotypes or the glorification of violence in such narratives. This introduction connects to other aspects of the main topic by setting the foundation for the conflict between the human characters and the clan of Bigfoot. It raises questions about the nature of the threat, the motivations of the creatures, and the survival strategies the friends will employ. The setup also allows for exploration of themes such as human resilience, the bond between friends in dire circumstances, and the blurring of lines between legend and reality. As the story unfolds, the audience will be compelled to consider how they might react in a similar situation, creating a visceral connection to the character's plight. The introduction serves as a springboard for delving into the complexities of human nature when faced with extraordinary and terrifying circumstances, while also examining the mythical status of creatures like Bigfoot in our collective imagination. The arrival and settling in at the remote cabin marks the beginning of our harrowing tale, setting the stage for the terrifying events to unfold. This crucial point establishes the isolated setting and introduces the group of 10 unsuspecting victims, creating an atmosphere of vulnerability and impending doom. As the young group reaches the secluded cabin, nestled deep in the dense forest, they're filled with excitement for their weekend getaway. The cabin, rustic and charming, appears to be the perfect escape from the bustling city life. They unload their gear, laughing and joking, blissfully unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. The significance of this moment lies in its stark contrast to the horror that follows. It represents the last moments of normalcy and safety for the group, making the impending attack all the more shocking. The remote location also plays a crucial role as it cuts off any possibility of immediate help or escape. One can imagine the group settling in, some unpacking their bags while others explore the cabin's interior. Perhaps they gather around the fireplace, sharing stories and making plans for their stay. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to them, eyes watch from the forest, calculating and waiting for the right moment to strike. This scenario is reminiscent of many classic horror films and urban legends, where isolation becomes a character's worst enemy. It taps into our primal fears of being cut off from civilization and exposed to unknown threats. However, some might argue that such remote locations are actually safer, away from the dangers of urban areas. This alternative viewpoint adds an interesting layer to the story, as the characters might have chosen this location, believing it to be a safe haven. The arrival and settling in connects directly to the subsequent Bigfoot attack, serving as the calm before the storm. It allows for character development and establishes relationships within the group, making their eventual fates all the more impactful. This initial piece also heightens the terror when the attack begins, creating a sharp and terrifying contrast. As the night deepens and the group relaxes, unaware of the watchful eyes in the forest, the stage is set for a night of unimaginable horror, where only half of them will survive the relentless onslaught of the Bigfoot clan. In the eerie silence of a remote forest, a group of 10 friends settling into their weekend getaway cabin are about to experience their first encounters with a clan of Bigfoot creatures. This pivotal moment marks the beginning of a terrifying ordeal that will test their survival skills and change their lives forever. The concept of first encounters in this context refers to the initial interactions between the human characters and the Bigfoot clan. These encounters typically involve unexpected sightings, mysterious sounds, or unsettling evidence of the creature's presence. The significance of these first encounters lies in their ability to establish tension, introduce the threat, and set the tone for the unfolding horror story. 2 specific examples of first encounters could include: 1. A hiker from the group stumbling upon massive, humanoid footprints in the mud near the cabin, sending shockwaves of fear through the friends. 2. A late-night disturbance outside the cabin, with strange guttural noises and the snapping of branches, alerting the group to an unseen presence lurking in the darkness. These initial encounters serve to build suspense and create a sense of impending danger. They also allow for character development, as the group members react differently to the growing threat, revealing their personalities and relationships under stress. While some cryptozoology enthusiasts might support the idea of Bigfoot encounters as plausible, skeptics would argue that such legends are merely products of imagination or misidentification of known animals. This controversy adds a layer of complexity to the story, as characters may debate the reality of their situation. The concept of first encounters connects to other aspects of the main topic by setting the stage for escalating conflict between the humans and the Bigfoot clan. It introduces questions about the creature's motivations, intelligence, and potential for violence. These initial interactions also foreshadow the impending hunt, as the Bigfoot clan becomes aware of the human presence in their territory. As the story progresses, the first encounters evolve into a full-fledged battle for survival, with only 5 of the original 10 friends making it out alive. The tension built during these early moments lays the foundation for the terror and tragedy that follows, making the first encounters a crucial element in crafting a compelling and frightening narrative about a Bigfoot clan hunting humans in the wilderness. The initial attack and chaos in a Bigfoot encounter story represents the pivotal moment when the group of young campers first comes face to face with the terrifying clan of creatures. This scene sets the tone for the entire narrative, establishing the danger and introducing the conflict that will drive the rest of the story. As night falls on the remote cabin, the group of 10 friends is enjoying their vacation, unaware of the looming threat. Suddenly, a cacophony of howls and guttural roars pierces the air, sending shivers down their spines. The cabin's windows shatter as massive, hairy arms reach inside, grabbing at the terrified occupants. Panic ensues as the friends scramble for safety, their screams mixing with the creature's inhuman vocalizations. In the chaos, some of the group members make fatal mistakes. 2 friends, paralyzed by fear, are easily snatched by the Bigfoot clan. Another, in a misguided attempt to fight back, is overwhelmed by the creature's superior strength. The remaining 7 manage to barricade themselves in different parts of the cabin, their hearts pounding as they hear their assailants trying to break in. This initial attack serves several purposes in the story. It establishes the Bigfoot clan as a formidable and ruthless enemy, capable of coordinated attacks and possessing strength far beyond human capacity. It also forces the characters to confront their fears and make split-second decisions that will determine their survival. The chaos of the attack allows for character development, revealing who rises to the challenge and who crumbles under pressure. It sets up the dynamics for the rest of the story, as the survivors must work together to outsmart and outlast their pursuers. However, some critics argue that such intense opening scenes can be too jarring for audiences, potentially alienating more sensitive viewers. Others contend that this approach is necessary to immediately grab the audience's attention and immerse them in the high-stakes situation. The initial attack and ensuing chaos connect directly to other aspects of the Bigfoot legend, such as the creature's alleged intelligence, pack behavior, and superhuman strength. It also sets the stage for themes of survival, teamwork, and the primal fear of the unknown that will be explored throughout the remainder of the story.